Hey everyone, Eric here with Chicago Bears Daily. Today I'm going to be addressing or talking a little bit about Jaylon Johnson. um, Recently, I've been seeing reports swirling that Johnson has not been he's not been running with the first unit in OTAs, and I see all of these articles, and people are concerned that everybody's concerned that maybe Jaylon Johnson isn't really fitting in with this new regime, or this new 4-3 defense isn't for him. No, the short answer is no to that. He just came off of injury. He wasn't really available for the what do you call it, the tryouts that you don't have to go to. I can't think of the word right now. The non-mandatory exercises. He wasn't available for that. He just came off of injury. So these coaches, they don't want to rush him back with the first unit, which to me is smart. He's a young player. He had a great season last year. He was basically the only person in the secondary, the only corner. He was the only corner that we had, and Eddie Jackson had a down year. So there's no point in having any concerns toward Jaylon Johnson's availability with the first unit, or concerns whether he will have a decline or anything, or the coaches don't trust in him. There's no point in having any concerns about that. People may be concerned that Kyler Gordon will be coming in and taking his space, taking his spot. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Kyler Gordon. I think he's going to be a perfect number 2 option. Keep in mind that he's a rookie. And this new regime, people might be thinking that this new regime, Kyler Gordon fits Eberflus's style of defense a little bit better, and they're thinking maybe that he'll be thrown into the first cornerback position, that starting cornerback position. Keep in mind, Jaylon Johnson he was that guy last year. I saw some Pro Football Focus analytics last year, and he was he allowed like one of the least amount of yards per target in the whole season. And now that's incredible, because the Bears passing games as a total, we were terrible. We allowed like one of the top in yards per game, but Jaylon Johnson personally, he had a great year, and he's only going to build off of that. So for all these articles to be swirling around that Jaylon Johnson is not going to be that guy this year, or he's not going to be trusted with his new coaches, or any concerns about his status as a starter based off just these couple weeks of OTAs, to me are a little bit ridiculous. And it's interesting because he even said himself, I saw in OTAs, that he's willing to put in the work to learn this new scheme. He's going in this year with an open mind. So if you're having a player like that come off of a great year and kind of a great start to his career, and he's willing to come in and conform to the new regime's style of defense, that's who you want as your number 1 corner. And to say any concerns that he is going to lose that starting position, at least through these first couple weeks of OTAs. Now, keep in mind, Kyler Gordon could turn into just a absolute monster, which would be fantastic for the Bears. But at this point, it's good. You can't read too far into Jaylon Johnson running reps with the second team. And I just wanted to throw that out there just to make sure that everybody didn't get too concerned about Jaylon Johnson's status. I personally am a huge fan of Jaylon Johnson. I think he will have a great career, an illustrious career with the Bears if he keeps up his path. And if he actually gets some help in the secondary as well. So I'm excited for him. I don't think his opportunity is going to go away just because of an injury. When we drafted him, I believe he had a torn shoulder, a torn labrum. And he's still allowed in college with a torn labrum. He was a lockdown defender. To me, there's no reason to be concerned. You saw what he did last year on the field, and we have tape on him. It would be foolish of the regime to kind of not trust him, lean into him in the first team defense. But as the coaching staff has said, there is a blank slate, but I think as of right now, even though he's running with the second team coming off injury, Jaylon Johnson has that first cornerback position locked up. And it's going to be exciting to see, because if there's competition, there's such a thing as friendly competition on a team. If Jaylon Johnson and Kyler Gordon come in and they're competing for that number one spot, that's what we want. Because at the end of the day, if they're two great corners on both sides of the field, then we don't need to rely on terms like a number one and a number two cornerback. They could both be really, really good, and honestly, it makes it easier for the secondary as a whole. So we want Kyler Gordon to come in and provide a little bit of uncomfort to Jaylon Johnson's job security, but that's a rough way of putting it. We want them to come in and have a friendly competition with each other, because at the end of the day, they're on the same team, and at the end of the day, the team success comes first. But at this point, I did not like the articles that I was reading, generating the controversy that Jaylon Johnson might not be the cornerback one. But if you have any thoughts or if you have any insights on Jaylon Johnson, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.